Because she's a locomotive too. And she always I always do that, like a boy.
When they get long enough, it's like Justin Bieber.
I know. You're like, what?
Ring.
What? Oh, we all have them.
Fringe friends forever.
I keep going shorter and shorter because I want baby bangs, but I'm
You
too
could pull it
afraid.
off.
I could definitely pull it off, but I'm like afraid. So I just keep now though because I'm a little OCD, so the feeling of the like touching my eye area just drives me nuts, and I want to like rip my hair out of my head. So I just keep cutting them shorter whenever they're bothering me, and they're just getting shorter.
They're just gonna be like up to here
They're
next
gonna
time
be,
I see
like, at my
her.
scalp.
Like, are you okay?
Yeah, it's great.
Commit to the bit.
Let me know if you think this sounds stupid.
Let's show you the first part.
Welcome to Between Two Lenses. I'm Kale Vox.
And I'm Alex Zach.
Together we're here to explore the world of photography and creating through a different lens, a more honest lens and from a less technical perspective.
As two female photographers, we navigate a unique journey filled with challenges, triumphs, and joys of creating art through our lenses.
We'll be talking about our work, reacting to yours, exploring the impact of beauty standards in our field, and what it's like being a woman in this industry.
So whether you're a seasoned photographer, a beginner, or just someone who appreciates honest chat, we hope to inspire you to see the world in a new light and maybe make you laugh a little.
As Reinhardt said, art is too serious to be taken seriously. This is Between Two Lenses. Let's get into it.
Mine used to be really short because, wait, did I tell you? I think I told you why I got bangs.
No.
Because I had alopecia. Like literally a chunk of my hair right in the front fell out. And I went to my friend who's a hairstylist and I was like, cover it.
So bangs is where it was at.
It grew back, so
Yeah.
I don't have the bald spot anymore, but yeah, that's why my bangs are really
stressful.
thick too, because he had to bring it way back here.
I have a comb line in, so I have like glued pieces, so it's super thick.
Oh, yeah,
Wait,
she has fake
really?
bangs.
Yeah, like they're
What?
real bangs.
That's a thing?
But then I like they glue them in at Cape Barone Salon in Atlanta.
Plug.
But yeah, they glue them in, so they look
It's
thicker.
like bang
Oh.
extensions, kind of.
Yeah, they're
Is
like
that how they do regular extensions?
they do
No.
like K-tip. Like these are really cool because it's like a hard glue, and then after some time it turns into like you can kind of move it around, and then they're in your head, and then they just take a little chemical and they can brush it out.
So cool.
You just taught me something.
Yeah, you can get it
Didn't
like
know
all
about that.
here. Like I have them all over the place.
What the hell?
I mean, all this is fake.
I feel like it's a wig.
Actually, this
Wait,
is
but
all
now
fake.
like this
Whole
is
thing.
blowing my mind because I have like spots that are thinner.
Yeah, you can
Like,
get.
if I could just
So just do
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Well,
fix
I'll
my-
see you next time.
that. Yeah.
Next time you see me,
You're gonna
I'll have bleach blonde. What are those called?
comb line,
Comb line.
Line. I didn't know the name for it. You couldn't think of it.
bang weave.
Bang.
Bang.
I feel
bang
weird without
that
a table.
I know.
My legs
are
are-
without a table in a long time.
Are you usually at a table?
Yeah,
Yeah. We did do that one. We did the one in the director chairs, I think twice. That was fun.
that was fine.
I feel like we're in school chairs.
Yeah, these look
Oh,
like
very
so
official.
people
Like
sit on
Cafeteria
these
chairs.
and they like go the other way. They look like they have like big fat Buddhist tummies.
Can we sit like that?
Perfect.
We could try. Watch what
Like
it looks
flip it
like.
around?
Yeah, if you flip it this way, we all look like fat Buddhas.
Let's do it. This is a vibe.
We should draw like a little.
A belly button right here.
It's like this, right? What is the
So do we just stay like this now?
I mean,
I'm down. It's honestly more comfortable.
hello.
Hi.
Welcome back to our podcast. This is episode, is it 11? I think it's 11.
11?
Right? Or
I don't
it's
know.
either 11 or 12.
Hell
We
yeah.
have a guest today, as you couldn't tell. We have a third person.
Hello.
This is Jena. She is a model with Click, and she's one of like 3 of my favorite models that I've ever shot ever. She always comes in with a really good spirit and attitude. One, she's super gorgeous, obviously. And she's like amazing in front of the lens. Like she knows, like you can feel her emotion. Like I always get earlier today, I get like chill bumps from shooting her because she really expresses herself with modeling. And when she's in front of the lens, so it's really fun for me as a photographer to shoot you. So today I was like, oh my gosh, we were doing some content. I was like, oh, gonna call Jena right now to see if she can do this today because yeah, you're one of my favorite people to shoot. ever.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry.
Don't cry.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
Yes.
And I love working with you.
Yeah.
I'm like, please, anytime I need new shots, I'm like, Alex.
No, I love it. I love that we have that. And you have like the awesome portfolio. She works all the time. She's acting, she's a dancer.
I wear too many hats.
What else
Love
do you
them
do?
all. Well, yeah, those are the main things. Acting, dancing, modeling. And then like fitness, teaching fitness classes.
Okay. And
Like, is there anything else?
She's pretty cool.
I was like, do I?
And she just did her hair. We'll put a picture of what it was.
Yeah, like put it
I gotta
over.
turn around. I feel like I look like
Yeah,
a
I feel like
freaking
that's
Like no more Buddha.
How did you first get started in modeling and what was your journey like?
Ooh, you ready for this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was never interested in modeling. I went to Florida State for acting. So I went to college and was in the acting program. And at FSU, they have a fashion program and they have like different on-campus magazines. And so just for fun, I submitted to those and then noticed I just kept getting called in to do a bunch of shoots. So I was like, oh, this is really cool. And I just, without even knowing, realized I made myself a book. And I graduated 2020, so, you know, final semester, had to go home because COVID, obviously. But all of a sudden, this mother agency reached out to me. I will keep these names confidential because it has a twist.
Okay.
This mother agency reached out to me and scouted me, and I did an interview with them, and then they signed me, and I like went and visited them. They did digitals, everything like that, and immediately after that, I signed with, again, I'm not going to say the name, but a really big agency out of New York, LA, and Miami. So they're like a global agency. You would know the name. I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, here we go.
I'm beginning.
Right out the gate.
Yeah,
I was like, I didn't even mean to do this, but suddenly I'm scouted and then signed with this really exciting named agency. But it was COVID, so it was still weird. This was 2020, and it was like, they were nervous to fly people out and everything. So I was just hanging out, trying to build my book on my own.
Right.
And then, shit you not, the LA agency flew me out for a month to work. Didn't send me on a single casting the entire time. Didn't get me a single test shoot the entire month I was out there.
But they paid for you to go out there and stay, or did you have to pay for everything?
I had to pay for the flight, but they had model housing, so I was staying in their housing.
How was
Technically,
the model housing?
it was nice.
It was nice. Oh,
It was
okay.
like in Beverly
Sometimes
Hills. It
there's
was like a.
Oh.
I know. Sometimes I've heard that they're
Like
crappy,
yucky.
but that one was just like a random nice apartment
Okay.
in Beverly Hills area. But yeah, nothing. So it was a waste of a month. And then I come back, ghost me.
What?
Literally, that agency, the LA, Miami, and New York offices all just ghosted me. My mother agency was trying to get in contact with them to be like, hey,
Yeah.
what's going on with this girl? Literally nothing. And they had other models with that agency. My mother agency did. So they would communicate to them about the other models, but not about me. And all of a sudden they took me off their websites.
Random.
And then my
were you
mother
sad?
agency ghosted me. Ghosted. Yeah, remember that? Remember when I emailed you and DM'd you and called you? Ghosted.
God.
Fully
It's weird
ghosted.
that they would
So
fly
sad.
you out and then pull that. Like, why even invest the time or that's weird.
I have no idea. I will give them this though. I will give them benefit of the doubt because this is back like 2021, 2022. I was dealing with health issues and I was really sick. I had like skin issues that would flare up every once in a while and then would go away. So it was just, when I flew out to LA, I had like a breakout. And I think the LA office was like, ew. Honestly, I think that's what happened.
Oh my God.
And
It's like a bad date.
That's so
literally. And then when I got back, like 2022 was when alopecia happened.
Yeah.
So I had that issue, and then I was so sick, and I was like swollen, and just couldn't figure out what was going on with my health. And that was when my mother agency ghosted. And I mean, I look at photos from myself that year and I know I was not looking great, you know? So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt of like, yeah, I wasn't looking top notch at that point in my life, but it was because I was sick.
Yeah, you're ill.
And
Like you're fired.
yeah. And I was like, well, damn it. But, you know, all things have happy endings because I got better. Like all of this inspired me to like, I went to a naturopathic,
Naturopath.
yeah, thank you.
Holistic doctor.
Well, holistic, thank you.
Yeah.
Doctor did a bunch of tests and, you know, figured out I was allergic to dairy and that's what was like stripping my stomach. So I figured that out, was able to heal from it and then Pedro, I shot with Pedro and he's sweetie pie and he sent my photos to Click because he knew Rich.
Aww.
And that's how, so shout out Pedro, thank you, love you.
Yeah, dude.
So that's how I ended up with Click. And,
Oh, get out of here.
and it's been wonderful ever since.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, and it's just nice to have agents who also feel like friends.
Yeah.
Who just like, I know sometimes people are like, oh, you need to keep it professional, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, no, I like being able to openly communicate with both Rich and Jenny about like anything.
Anything that's going on.
Yeah. So I'm just very blessed to be where I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now I'm just hanging out in Atlanta with Click, doing
All your
gigs
stuff?
every once in a while.
You were on like a big show or movie, right, recently? Are you allowed to
Was
say
I?
that or no?
Was I?
Like, what movie?
No, you
What
did.
movie?
You had something big. The last time I saw you when you were still brunette, you had like a big thing.
Oh, the film?
The film.
Yeah, I did it was an independent feature film that shot
Okay.
in North Carolina. Is that the one?
Did it won something? I can't remember. It was something big that you did that I was like, oh damn, she's doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
She's
No,
sure
but I
am.
was.
We'll
Totally.
put it in
Did
here,
you
we'll
see that
figure it out.
giant? Did you see that
I
giant
did. I
bug?
was like, what is that?
Is that what that
It was like-
was? I heard it.
I know. I heard it too. It's one of those stink bugs.
Oh.
They're fine. I feel bad for
They're
him.
everywhere.
I know.
Poor thing.
He's like, look at him. Can you imagine being that small in that space
And that's stinky.
and
I
that
know.
stinky? It's a lonely life.
Bad life that is.
But like, imagine that. Like all of that beige.
He's like in the desert right now. He's
I
in
was
the
like,
middle
what
of.
in the fuck? Oh well.
Damn. That's a crazy start to have like that much throat. Like, you know, like it's kind of like you accidentally fell into it and then you like sort of what you would call like hit the jackpot, right? But then that like fell through and then you kind of found your way through that. And that shows a lot of resilience on your part because I think a lot of people probably would have been like,
Fuck
I'm done.
this, yeah.
Yeah, like to have that like 2 times, but you didn't. And then that's why you're at where you're at. And that's incredible.
Thank you.
So that's really cool.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a weird thing to just kind of get thrown into, but I'm happy I kept going
Yeah.
because at this point I'm like, well, might as well.
Yeah, right.
It's not like there's no. I'm like, there's
What
no
else are we
reason to
doing?
not. Exactly. I'm like, might as well just like still submit for stuff.
Yeah.
It's fun. I like doing it. So
And you're really good at it.
Yeah. Oh, well, I think we probably answered this one, but it's what have been some of the most challenging aspects of the industry for you? I think that
one.
that's very covered in. That's pretty good.
Actually, along those lines, during that time, because I was like sick and just was not looking very great, they actually, right before they ghosted me, they were like, you know what, we have a different angle. We want you to gain weight.
Oh.
And so they were like, well, since you're too big to be like sample size, you can't be this size. So you either need to like shrink, but they felt like they couldn't tell me to shrink. They're like, so we need you to gain weight. And so they were like suggesting I eat more and like go nuts at the gym, trying to gain a bunch of muscle. And that's when I knew everything was falling off with them anyways. I knew it was coming before they ghosted me. I wish they'd just said something, but
Yeah.
to each their own. But I think that was the weirdest, just the weirdest moment I had in the industry, being like, why is me being healthy like not enough? Why does it have to be
Like gain
either-
40 now.
Yeah, it's like, why does it have to be super small or big? Why can't just normal healthy bodies just be something marketable?
Yeah.
I thought that was so strange. And again, love Click because that's not They don't care about that. They market you as you. So very thankful to end up where I am now.
Alex and I have talked about that a lot. The one episode we're holding is kind of about that. Holding it for a special day when we feel brave.
I forgot about it.
Alex just put that far away in a box, in another box,
On a shelf.
No, but it is
forgot.
strange.
I literally forgot.
I get it, like I think back in the day, right? But you think we're progressing, but that just goes to show that was only a couple of years ago. And so it's still something where we have so far to go, where it is very, very odd, right? Like you would think, especially in today's society, that people want to like open something and see themselves. And we hear that all the time, right? Like that's why inclusivity is so important. It's weird, like you said, that you have to be like, you either need to be really small or larger, but like you can't just be normal. And I'm like, okay, what's wrong with being normal? That seems very strange. And I think that's like shows how further we need to go.
Yeah.
Because it's still not quite there yet. Maybe for other certain agencies that are more inclusive and more like accepting, but some of the bigger agencies that are a little bit more, I think, maybe dated or just stuck in their old ways are like struggling to get out of that toxic pattern. And it is really fucking weird and very unhealthy.
Yeah, and it's weird also, I mean, just looking at different, e-commerce on different clothing brand stores, and it's either one or the other. It's either like really small or then it cuts to like the plus size model, which it's like, okay, awesome. But yeah, where's the middle ground of all the other body types?
It's wild because I have read a lot of stuff with like the marketing and why people do that. And when they do like, they'll do different pictures of people and like they'll have like a panel of like random people with like random backgrounds, random sizes that they are, and they're always naturally drawn based upon the product, either to the ultra thin person or the heavier person. And so I think that's why they continue to do it, because it's profit and money. So you're gonna keep,
true.
Victoria's Secret, like they're bringing back the fashion show or all the really thin girls, which I'm stoked about that one.
Same.
I love that
Guilty
fashion
pleasure.
show. I know my
I do
90s,
like
but I
both
know.
But I think that
I'm
they
a
are
90
trying
or
to be,
millennial.
I think they are
you
trying to be more
millennial still?
inclusive though.
You're not.
I'm 97, so
You're on
I'm
the
the
cusp.
I'm the first year of Gen Z technically. But I have two older brothers, so I'm like,
It's okay. You're on the cusp.
I'm millennial-ish.
You're the cusp.
I'm a cusp baby.
I think they're being more inclusive though. Like
I think so.
I think they're trying to be more like Fenty from what I've seen.
Oh my
from
God,
their
I-
advertising.
Yeah.
Which is necessary.
Yeah.
And I think Fenty's done actually a really good job where they
I
have
love
literally
Fenty.
everything. They have every size,
Skims
every
does too.
like gender identity. Like they don't care. Like they'll put like men in lingerie and like go for it.
And it's still hot.
It's still hot.
Still hot.
Yeah, the Skims, I like with Skims that they have like the different, when you go onto their site and you change the size, the model changes
Oh,
too.
that's good.
So if you're like a
That's good.
size 6, like
Really?
she's a size 6, you're like, oh shit, that looks good on her. Because like certain things I'll be like, oh, that's fire outfit, but it might be on a curvier girl. And I'm like, and then it does not look good on me. Or a really, really thin girl. And I'm like, nah.
That's what they
Oh,
should
yeah.
do. That's
Shop
what they
and
should do, because I always look to see what the model's wearing, what the size, so I can see kind of like if I look like them, if it would fit the same on me. But it would be beneficial for most people if they could just click on a medium and be like, it's a medium. She kind of look like me. You know, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Yeah, the sizing for sure. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Remember when I hugged
Smart.
you and I was like, oh my God, you're like a...
You and Heather, you guys were like, you're like a little bird.
I hugged
Like
her.
little
But you know, like
arms.
birds are, you know, the feathers, and then once they're wet, they look like really tiny and
'Cause
small.
I wear, like,
She's
baggy
like that.
clothes.
And I'm like, I hugged her and I was like, oh my God, you're like a fluffy
Okay.
cat.
Well, I'm getting back in the gym.
Just like
guys.
shockingly,
I'm
like I was like,
trying
cause
to
she's,
gain
I
muscle.
did call you a bird. I'm like, oh my God, you're like a bird.
It's like you have like bird bones.
I like
said
bird
in a loving-
bones.
A loving way. Yeah, but I'm trying to gain weight. I'm trying to not gain weight, but I'm trying to gain muscle. I don't want to be. I just want to be fit. I don't want to be, because people are like, "You're just skinny. You're already skinny," and I'm like, "Yeah."
I would love that.
I don't want to necessarily be skinny. I want.
Do I need to be
fit.
hospitalized? Please. How thin am I?
Toxic patterns. I'm gonna make sure this is recording because now I'm always OCD about it.
We've had full
Can you imagine?
episodes that we haven't filmed.
Really?
Sometimes
It'll
our
cut.
cameras and stories were overheating when it's going too long. We're still fine.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Do you have a particular style or niche in modeling that you feel like you are most drawn to?
Or acting, since you act. I didn't know you act. That's amazing.
Oh, it's changed now though. She has a new
I
personality.
know, I'm
with
like,
her
I'm
hair.
a whole new person.
Now
I'm a
she's
new
psycho.
woman.
She's a hot psycho. Next
Or
door.
like an action star with that haircut. Like it's giving Atomic Blonde.
yeah.
She's so badass.
I'd love to do like an action movie.
Me too. That's like my dream.
Do a bunch of
That'd be
stunts
so
or something.
fun. Right? Just like
I love
kicking
that.
ass.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Whooping
I get
men's
jealous of
ass.
Juliana.
Me too. There's some guys that I think they know her, but they're removed. But I've talked to a few of them about taking classes. They just think it'd be fun.
Sorry.
Rude. Okay.
So rude.
But I think it'd be a good way to stay in shape and it'd be fun.
Do stunts? Yeah.
I want to get
Cool.
into stunts.
Or what's your niche?
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Or ADD?
Well, with acting, the crazy, the crazy roles. I'm very good at making this look insane, or very distressed. You don't want to judge your characters and call them crazy. You want to understand them.
Trauma. They have lots of trauma.
just lots of trauma. Made them that way,
Me too.
but it is really fun.
Okay.
So, and like
Yeah.
horror film, like I'm good at screaming and crying and all that. So
Good
it's
to
fun to
know.
do.
Good to know.
Keep
Sean
that in
wants to do a
mind.
horror film, so I'll keep you in mind.
And
Oh,
I want
yeah.
to do it too, though.
Come on, bitch.
I'll
We'll
scream.
fucking kill you.
Okay.
We're setting it up now.
Can I
We're
be
gonna
the? Oh
make
no, she would be the killer.
a psycho killer.
Yeah.
No, but it can't be the person you think. So
Okay, maybe I'll be the killer.
because you would think she, in my head, in a horror film, you would think that she might be it, but she wouldn't.
I think
She
with the
would
blonde
psych
hair,
you out.
I now look like I would be the killer.
Yeah.
I think when I had brunette hair,
True.
I was like, "Ooh, is
True.
she?" And
Okay.
then she was.
But now you'd be the bitch to be like, it's definitely her, and then it's not. She gets
Okay.
like killed towards the end, and you're
Okay.
like, damn, I didn't see that coming.
Okay. It was Alex.
Damn, it was this bitch.
I can't wait. Cheers to this film.
Cheers. Cheers, cheers,
Yes.
cheers, 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 cheers,
All
cheers.
different
All the
kinds of
ideas.
cast-
Wait, no, but modeling. What's your niche in modeling, or is it you think
Oh,
it's going
man.
to change significantly now because of your hair?
I think that
Yeah.
I I do think that. I have, to be honest,
Indeed.
no, I have no idea in modeling.
Alex, what would you
Like-
say? Because you shoot her often.
I mean, I felt like when she was brunette, she could have, I mean, even, I don't know. She could, I was thinking, because we have a shoot next week
Mhm.
that I think you could pull off really anything. You have such a beautiful face, but I think we could do more edgy things now.
Yeah.
So like the most local brands like Anecdote, like
Yeah.
that one, or like Rick Owens type of vibes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Metal.
Metal.
Yeah.
Metal.
For sure,
Ooh,
metal.
I've always
Um,
wanted to do. This is side note, like an androgynous shoot
Oh,
too.
Love.
Do the suits and like slick my hair back. I look
Love.
like Draco Malfoy when I slick my hair back.
Ooh.
So if you want,
So when you get out of the
a
shower,
wizard-
you're like, "Hello, Draco."
literally, it freaks me out. I was like, I don't like that. If we like styled it correctly, maybe. But
Is this
in-
me?
like in my bathroom, like, oh God, what have I done?
Don't go in a pool. Get out.
I'm not allowed to swim. Not allowed to swim right now.
Yeah, I feel like she's like super versatile because you're such a good model. You could do whatever. I feel like the
Thank you.
brunette, you could play a lot more like Girl Next Door, and then like your
Yeah.
J. Crew, LL Bean.
Like
Click
the
is
every
always
gr-
like LL Bean, LL Bean look. Do they even have a magazine? Does LL Bean exist still?
I think so.
I haven't seen them in a long
My
time.
mama
right.
orders from LL Bean.
Talbots.
Talbot.
Talbots.
The Talbots.
Talbots.
That's Talbot's look.
Talbots.
Yeah, I don't know if
Um,
I'd be an LL Bean thing right now.
Yeah, you can do whatever you
No.
want.
if
Yeah,
I like clip it back. These long pieces.
It back.
Oh yeah, you could definitely go like classic if you pull it back and like more posh.
Yeah.
Good. How do you prepare for a shoot or a runway show mentally and physically, or do you prepare, or are you just like fuck it, let's go?
I'm usually like, fuck it, let's go. I mean, it depends. I mean, like physical prep, literally just drinking a shit ton of water, like
I thought
the
you were
week
gonna say
leading up.
booze for a
Shit ton of
second.
booze. Just
Shit
go on
ton
a
of booze.
full rager
The night before.
I love.
Wait, how soon before do you drink the water before it? Because you don't want to be bloated, right? But like how
Like a week before,
Week
just
before.
start. it's not like I go crazy, but it's just starting to pay attention. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I got shooting a week. Let's just drink the water,
together.
make sure you're wearing your retainer, Jenna. Forget about that. But just like basic stuff. I don't do anything too crazy.
Yeah.
And to mentally prepare, I don't know, I just kind of show up.
Yeah. that's
On
good.
time.
Yeah,
Good attitude.
show up on time,
Yeah.
and just be like open-minded to whatever is gonna happen. Like to not have any expectations and just go in and allow like people in charge, the directors, to kind of tell you what they want and just go for it.
Mm.
I think that's why
Okay.
people like you though. Because you have that like energy when you come in. That's why I like you. I'm not used to being the.
I
You
know.
usually are like here.
We're training.
What do you think is the biggest misconception people have about the modeling industry?
Hoo-hoo. Oh, well, this is more like this is just calling to my like old family members who, when I told them I was like becoming a model, they're like, okay, be careful. Like, don't start getting into like sex work. But that's just like the older people.
Yeah, I know.
But I mean, fortunately, I mean, it
all the
depends.
people
That is kind of,
recently who like the people and
it's a little intertwined. There are
I'm gonna
some.
bleep that one out.
We can leave it.
Okay.
People won't know what we said. I mean, that makes sense. Like the history or like the taboo of like casting couches and that kind of stuff, because that definitely
Exactly.
did happen. So I think
Mhm.
it's important to recognize that it was a thing. Women were being taken advantage of all the time,
Mhm.
and even still today. Honestly, like there are, like we talk about this. There's a lot of creepy guys out there that just want to be around pretty women with
Yep.
a camera. It's
Creeps
weird.
behind a lens.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's a valid fear, I think, for a family to have, and to be like, watch yourself.
Yeah.
you
I mean,
know?
that's like the only one I can come up with at the top of my head where I'm
Mhm.
like, I just remember my aunts and uncles all being like, you're doing what? And I'm like,
It's fine.
I'm literally just like dancing in front of a camera. I promise it's not like that. Other misconceptions, I'd say like everyone that I've met along the way in my modeling journey have been so kind and really, really accepting. Even if I'm feeling insecure about myself, like it's never coming from somebody else. Like other models are all super supportive. Well, at least in my journey. I know there are
Yeah.
bad eggs in every industry. But like everyone's so kind and welcoming and accepting. So I think that's another
You've had a good
misconception.
experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had a couple girls that have gotten signed, or I think like the I guess the misconception that like once you get signed with an agency that you're gonna start making like tons of loot, like you're like made it. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, that's like where it's just begun. Like now that you have represented by an established agency, then that's when like you have to do the work. Like your agent reps you when you get the work, but like you still have to put time and money into your portfolio and just like acting. Like you gotta
Oh,
take classes. Like you
absolutely.
can't just be like, I'm an actress.
Mhm.
Here I am.
That's such
Hire
a good
me.
point. That is such a good point. Where, yeah, anybody starting out in the industry, like getting an agent, whether it's acting or modeling, getting an agent is just step one.
Yeah.
Step one, and then you have to do all the work. It's, who said this? Like the commission, it's either, like 20/80 or 10/90, depending on what kind of job. And my agents will always be like, I'm only getting 10% of the cut because I'm only doing 10% of the work. Like you need to do 90% of the work. And that's not just like on set, that's beforehand. The 90% of the work is taking classes or building your book or
Yeah.
getting headshots. Like all that work, you have to do the 90%
Right.
to get the gig.
Yeah. I
And with
agree.
modeling, like taking care of yourself, making sure that you're constantly ready to just go into a job. If Jenny's like, hey, today,
Yeah, I have
you'd
your
be
nails
like,
done.
okay, gotta
Yeah.
go.
It's a really good one. I haven't really thought about that before, but it's really true. And I think you're right. I think a lot of people don't think, they see that as like the finish line, like, yes, I made it. You know what I mean? But it's
Mhm.
like, no. That's just like the beginning, and then you have to put in all this extra work
Mhm.
because now you're in the big leagues, right? It's
Yep.
not just you.
Absolutely.
Have you ever faced any criticism or negative comments, and how do you handle it if you have?
I mean, honestly, the worst of it is probably the story I was saying earlier,
beginning.
like when it came to any comments like about my body. And I'd say back then I was more insecure about comments like that. But now I don't know, I welcome feedback a lot, even if it's really direct. I come from a ballet background, so I'm used to getting really harsh, very, very harsh criticism, very blunt criticism, and just finding like the actual message behind it, take it with a grain of salt.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Alex always says, take what you want and leave the rest, right? Or take what you need and leave the rest.
And sometimes it's leaving the whole thing. Sometimes
Right,
comments
exactly.
just aren't necessary at all.
Like,
can
thank
just be
you,
like,
hard
"Yeah."
pass.
Yeah.
I also did ballet growing up and while I was in the dance studio, and I do think it molds people to be a little bit more thick-skinned, right? Because if you can deal, like mine was Russian. She was insane. And she was so mean. Like she would kick people out of her class. She was crazy. But she was very good at what she did. And people respected her. And I do think it makes you, like if you can take that as like a child trauma, then you're good as an adult. Not that I'm saying that it's the right thing.
I know
we got.
it like teeters on that line of like, it's not necessarily good to like yell at a kid, but
I'm not saying
also
it's right.
thanks for yelling at me.
Yeah.
I have a
I mean,
thicker
I think
skin.
it's good.
I mean, I think so.
I
think it
some
works.
kids need to be yelled at, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But the ballet teachers are quite harsh, notoriously harsh.
I'm lucky that my ballet teachers, all of them, like all of my dance instructors, none of them said harsh comments about my body, and they wouldn't say that about any of their students. So it was really beautiful. The school I went to had just all different body types, and everyone was always such beautiful dancers, and they were healthy. So I appreciated that about that environment. But when it came to anything else, I will never forget, Aaron on. I had just moved to South Carolina and had started at this new ballet studio, and I was doing side balances wrong, which is just like a waltz step, like side to side. And I was just doing it wrong. I was kind of like jumping into it rather than taking like these big, long steps. And I will never forget, he was like, "You are doing that like a kindergartner. You look like the kindergarten students, like in front of everybody." And I was like, "Oh my God, like what am I doing?" And I was mortified, but you know what? Never did a side balance wrong ever again.
No.
And now it's like my favorite step because I'm like, hell yeah.
I gotta
Nailed it.
glide.
I'm gonna go as big.
Not a
and make it-
kindergartner.
Yeah, Aaron on. Thank you for the side balances.
Is there a dream project or campaign you've always wanted to be a part of?
Oh my God, Mugler.
Ooh, yes.
My God, I want to be in that runway show.
You would
so
fit
bad.
that.
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Now.
This
I know the
is-
blonde.
this
It
is
works.
giving move there. Yeah.
I have always loved that brand. I love the shows. I just love their essence. I think they have a new head of it. I forget his name, but I think like the
Like a
main
new
designer
creative
left
director?
or something.
Huh.
I could just be making that up. I don't know. But oh my God, I discovered them during COVID, and they did the virtual fashion shows. And I would watch and rewatch those over and over and over again. I loved it. It's like very dark and sexy, but also the designs just fit women so well. That whole thing where you can just tell if a designer loves women or not,
Yeah.
just based on the designs. That company
Agreed.
does, and like the lines of their clothes are so beautiful. I'm like, I've always thought if I could do a project, I'd want to do that runway show, and if I was on a red carpet, I'd want to wear that brand for sure.
Not that dope.
Yeah.
No dope.
Acting wise, I would just love to do more horror or just drama, like the movie Promising Young Woman. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yes.
Yeah, just
Yes.
that role, that lead role.
Incredible.
I would love to do something like that somebody has a really big arc, like a woman who has a very strong objective. I would just, God, I would love to do a role like that.
Yeah. You should watch that.
Okay, well,
It's sad, but it's so good.
will I cry?
Maybe.
Okay.
Perfect.
I mean, I feel like we have touched on this a lot, but how do you maintain self-confidence and body positivity in such a high-pressure industry? Especially for like, if you had to like give, like, how do you do it? Because there are a lot of girls still that are struggling with that, and just not even models, just like women, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to remember when the shift happened for me because I was very insecure about the way I look and my body and everything like that. And then kind of just out of nowhere, I had a flip. Oh, yeah. Funny enough, it was when I got ghosted by those agencies. At the same time, I got dropped from the acting agency I was in. Literally,
Oh,
within, oh my
God.
god, dude, 2022,
Can't catch your
Meant
breath.
to
kiss my
be.
ass. Like that was the terrible year. Yeah, so was just dropped by all these agencies and had to kind of start from scratch and rebuild. And it was during that time that I was like, okay, what do I like to do? What are the things that what do I want to look like? What do I want my body? I want my body to be strong. I want my body to be healthy. And when I finally was like healed from the illnesses, and I'm like, I feel so good right now. I'm just like happy that I have health and that I have strength and that I can stay awake. I was like narcoleptic back then. I was like falling
Oh,
asleep
damn.
constantly. Yeah.
Because of cheese.
Because of cheese, literally.
Holy shit.
Dairy was killing me. But when you come to that realization of like, you know what, having health is just so much more important than being
100%.
healthy and like actually able to function as a human is the most important thing.
It does really switch your perspective when you have like a health crisis.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit, like I wish I could go back to how it was before. And then once you're like over it, you're like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
And your perspective shifts of like what you're thankful for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so, you know, there are times where I'll be like, oh, I wish I don't know. I'm like, oh, look at that photo of me from back then when I was like super thin. And I was like, oh, but you know what? Why were you super thin? Because you like couldn't hold down food. Like they're just, you know, like just being thankful for being healthy.
Yep.
I think when you focus on health, you can't go wrong. Like focus on like eating well and you know, making sure you move your body in whatever way is good for you. You don't have to be like a gym rat running a million miles on the treadmill. Like you don't need to do that. You can find some kind of movement that you like, whether it be dance classes or yoga or just going for walks. Like just finding something to make your body move and get your heart rate up is really important. And then when you start feeling just good and healthy, I think a lot of confidence comes from that.
Yeah.
But also, fuck it. Nobody cares.
Love that advice. That's the advice of the day.
Like,
Okay.
honestly, like at the end of the day, you're the one who has to live with you. Make sure you're happy and healthy, and that's the most important thing at the end of the day. And so, if somebody wants you to look different, they can go away.
It's
Lost my light.
It's every episode.
Why did that happen?
I don't know.
I really have one more question. Fuck it.
Why did it do that?
I do not know. It should be.
Is
Did it
it
like overheat or something?
is it plugged in all the way?
We're
Bummer.
nearing in, guys, so it's fine. We're just gonna be a little dark ones. Last question.
Okay. What advice do you have to someone that's just starting into the industry or that
Fuck
wants
Fuck
to get
it.
Fuck it.
Fuck
Fuck
it. Don't.
it. Do what you want. No, that's not my advice. I mean, yes, that's my advice. But when it comes to the acting industry, I'll start with that one because I'm more familiar with that one. There's always something to do. There's always something you can be doing, and I think it applies, well, duh. Obviously, that applies to modeling as well. To not get stagnant. Give yourself a break if you need. Like, always allow yourself to have rest and to detach yourself from the industry because it can be a lot of rejection and you need that mental space to kind of recalibrate. But there's always something you can be doing. You can be taking classes, you can be getting new headshots, you can be networking at different events, and with modeling, get test shoots. Find like photographers and people to collaborate with. There's always something you can do. So just never stop moving and always being willing to learn something new or striving to learn something new. That's kind of my advice.
Yeah, keep growing.
That's
Yeah.
great advice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think the other side of that, though, is make sure you have something to do outside of the industry.
Oh,
Something
yeah.
that you love outside of the industry. It can be your dog, like for me, I love my dog. And like she distracts me, and having moments like going on walks with her or going on adventures with her, that's something different. Like I teach fitness classes. I absolutely love teaching at Bar 3. So it's like
Bar 3.
Bar 3. Shameless plug, Bar 3.
Bar 3. Thursdays at 4:30.
Yeah, wait.
that actually your schedule?
I was like, oh, you just made that up. I was like, oh wait, no,
No,
that
that
is
is
my
today,
class. Like
at
today,
4:30.
that's the one I'm going
Oh,
to.
right.
You know, there's something else that I'm passionate about that I can focus on if I'm like feeling down from industry things. So find something else to just distract you. There are other things to
Yeah.
live life and be happy. Other things to do besides just focusing solely on the industry, because that can be a little
And I think that's like
crushing.
when you get more in your life too, it's like almost like once you put it out there, that's what you want to do. It's like leave it, right? Like still work towards it, but don't be like, I gotta do it, I gotta do it, I gotta do it. Even though I'm really guilty of, like, I just had a convo with her. I'm like, I gotta do all this stuff last night. But I feel like if I put it out there and then I let it build out there and still work towards it, that then I get more coming
Yeah.
back to me, or else I get fixated on like, I've noticed like photography too. I'll be like, what are they doing? Like, and then I'm like, I always know that's like a red flag. If I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
you
looking
can't
at
do
other
it.
people's work, I'm like, wait, what are they? So I like hardly ever.
Comparison is the
can't-
thief of joy.
It is. It
Mhm.
is. That's always my red flag whenever I'm like, oh, you got to get busier with something else. You got to figure it out.
We talk about this a lot, and I just recently found that I like was too hyper focused on just like I was just the work, right, all the time, every day, and it consumed me. And then I always felt like I was behind, and it's just that constant rat race of like keeping up with the Joneses, kind of speak in this industry, because everything's moving so fast, right? And you just think if I don't do 10,000 things today, I'm going to be left behind. But that's not true. And it's suffocating sometimes. It's good and you can do it, but it's not sustainable in like a long scale thing. And it's also, like you said, there is other stuff, you know, like we're only maybe on this planet for one time, maybe a couple times, but us in this consciousness is one time. And so it's kind of like, what do you want to spend all of your time doing? Because like there's a lot of stuff I want to do. And like, why not do all of it? Like you don't have to just do this one thing. And like that, if you just are doing that one thing, it's a very quick road to burnout sometimes.
Yeah.
So I love that tip. It's a great tip.
Yeah, I need to use that tip more often.
And also, it will inform your work even more the more experience you have with other things.
True.
So just pushing your boundaries. That's why I did improv.
Improv is
one
so
of the
fun,
reasons.
though.
Obviously,
It's so fun. You're gonna have so much fun.
dude, it scares me so much.
Oh
It
no,
scares
it's
me
fun
so
because there's
much.
like always weirder there.
You're
You're
so
like-
You're
right.
feeling weird, just
You're
go
so
to
right.
You're like,
Go to an improv
no. Well,
class.
I'm just
I
like,
love
I'm so
theater.
strange when be like the weirdest person here. I'm like, nope, not at
No.
all.
Not
Actually,
the
you guys,
theater kids.
you're weird. You're weird. You're weirdest. Like,
And it's like you're not even a theater person, and you're
just
weird.
weird. Yeah, you're just a weird person, but it was fun. So Dad's Garage.
That's another plug. It's like a link
This
appears.
is one big commercial. We're not sponsored by any of these people. Even
No.
though if you want to sponsor
Yeah.
us, we would love that.
to. Dad's Garage.
Mhm.
What's that movie? Pleasantville
Oh, I love that movie.
and
That's
Zins.
such a good movie.
Stop.
We should instead of a raffle, it should be like guess how many Zins are in my mouth, and whoever guesses wins.
Yeah, like it's the closest number.
How much do
It
you have?
doesn't go over
How many think of them in my mouth?
5, 4,
I don't even know.
7.
I wouldn't even know where to
If
begin.
it's 7, it's gonna be alarming.
People do more than one at a time.
Yeah,
That's
I got
what I said.
1,
Why do you do more than one at a time? I think it's
2.
just supposed to be one at a time, at least.
3.
This is why she's always so
I'm just
hyper.
kidding.
It's not the Aries, it's just the Zens
I didn't have any Zins today though.
vibrating.
No, and I was still just a lunatic.
And we're in Aries season, so you're like in your full embodiment of self.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, when's your birthday?
March 26th.
Okay. Coming up. No, my God, where the hell are we?
Coming up.
Oh my God.
Next year, just another
One more
360 days.
It's already April. What the hell?
It is. You're not wrong though. It is coming up.
It's a very long way.
Happy belated
That's funny.
birthday.
Thank you. When's your birthday?
September 13th.
Okay, Virgo.
Nice.
What about you?
January, Capricorn.
Capricorn.
She's full
Earth
cap too.
signs.
Okay. But I've got a lot of Scorpio, so
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That tracks.
I'm a lot of water and earth. And
I'm
some-
fire.
some Sagittarius, which is so weird, so random.
Well, I'm a healthy mix of everything.
I
like-
what's one sign then that you don't get along with, that you always never get along with?
Sagittarius.
Interesting.
It's not that I don't get along with them. I just would rather not.
What about you? Do you have like a person that you're like, huh?
Well, on the flip side, Scorpios, I'm like always friends with Scorpios.
I have that last Scorpio.
Hey.
I am friends with Scorpios too. And I am with Caps too.
I love Caps.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Probably Sagittarius.
Yeah, Sagittarius are just crazy. They're
I
not
love
bad,
Sages.
they're insane. Because you're insane.
It's always a slow burn with Sagittariuses.
They're crazy.
I'm like, I'm always at first, I'm like, and then after getting to know them for a while, I'm like, okay, no, we're cool. It just takes a minute.
Yeah, I'm always thinking like when that question comes up, like, is it someone I could be like best friends with and hang out every day, or like be in a relationship with? And that answer is no.
Much love.
Or Geminis too. Pushing it with Geminis. Even though I have Geminis that I love, but they are also crazy. And I'm
I
sure
think
they
it
say the same
depends
about
on
us.
like girl and guy too. Like I always vibe with like Aries girls, but Aries guys, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like
Aries are insane. And I have multiple of them that I absolutely love them. I think she'd be my girlfriend, but they're insane. Love them though.
You're like, yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't like Pisces girls. They're early March.
I don't know a
Like
single
I'm always get friends with them, and
Pisces
then
girl.
I start to be like, I don't fucking like you.
Because they're flaky. I love Pisces as like people because they're very deep, they're very emotional, very artsy, very creative. They're all the good things, but they're very like make up your mind. You know what I mean? Like there's like fish, like they're skittish, like they're like very
They are fishy,
wish-washy.
very
They're
fishy.
a little
my-
wish-washy. That's my only caveat.
Every time you do that, then I feel like I need to do it.
It's because I'm like upset. Like I've got like
I'm
colic.
upset.
Everyone
Because I'm upset.
You're like talking about
colic,
Pisces.
so-
I'm like, I gotta fix my thing.
I do love Pisces. They're incredible. If they were just not, I think I'm too like grounded for that, and I'm just like, fucking
She's too
mind.
stoic.
God damn it, it's annoying.
Lib-
But other than that,
Libras are like that too, bro.
I know, and I do love Libras too, but I can't. Anyway,
Anyways,
right now we're on the Scorpio.
I was
This
like-
is not a
astrology
pod.
pod.
Podcast. This is a whatever we are doing podcast at the moment. Thank you for being our first guest.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're our first ever guest.
I feel so honored. Thank you
Yeah,
guys.
nailed
Yeah,
that.
you nailed it. It's
Yeah,
been a
literally.
pleasure.
Thank you.
I always ask if you have any last words of advice. Do you have any last words?
Cut your hair and bleach it. Do it. Why not? Why not?
Fuck it. Fuck it. I was
Why
waiting for
not?
that one. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
All right. Any last words?
Yeah.
I'm not that crazy.
Bitch.
No. When were last
just wait-
words?
just wait till they're short.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll look very crazy after that.
Very crazy. Last words. I think I'm brain dead. Yeah. I don't have any.
Amazing.
None.
Cool.
Empty.
Thanks, guys. See you in whatever.
I always wave and you never wave.
Oh.
Bye,
Okay,
guys.
bye. Great. That was amazing.
That
Thanks
was
for doing that with us.
amazing.
Hell yeah.